need to always be mindful of attracting new members to the section. We have to have new young attorneys join the section. And some of our projects, such as having young attorneys do research projects and so forth, is very important to bringing in new blood. We need to recognize our young talent and give them positions of leadership early so that they're rewarded for their hard work.
Find ways, more ways to get young lawyers like you involved and active in the section to make sure that they have a very diverse group of people who are active. Bring in new people. Find a way to get new people who are diverse involved. Good geographic distribution is important too. I mean, there are lawyers all over the state who can make a terrific contribution to this, who have different experiences. And I think the more effort you put in that regard, the more successful the section will be.
Plan what you want to do. Focus on a couple of big projects that you want to get accomplished during your year. Don't be afraid to delegate to the chair-elect and to the other officers. Look to the long-range planning committee, to Greg Yadley, for advice. Keep in mind the goal to involve younger members in the section, and just follow through. Be dedicated, spend the time necessary to do a good job.
Well, I think it's something that we're always working on, being sure that we recruit and encourage younger members of the section, like yourself, to keep it going. There are, on the long-range planning committee of past chairs, I think we're all pretty much white-haired at this point, so we need to encourage them. And
one thing I would do would be to recommend streaming on computers for our CLE programs. That way people would not have to leave the office. I would also like the CLA programs to be permanently available so that you could go online and at your leisure attend one of these sessions for CLE credit. Right now it is often a matter of inconvenience or special expense to go see a live session. So I hope that could develop in the future.
So the advice would be is to take a moment to sit back and appreciate what all the people are doing and how they go about achieving the business of the section. It's really quite impressive to watch how many people of just tremendous backgrounds donate so much of their time to accomplish so much on a volunteer basis for the business community and the business lawyers in the state of Florida.
I think advice for incoming chairs, probably advice for anybody, is to really get to know the people who are doing a lot of the work in the background, behind the scenes, people that are up and coming in the section, to get to know who they are, get to know their names, and most importantly, recognize the work that they're doing. It's very easy to be focused on the work that you're doing as chair, but if you focus on the work that other people that are doing in the section, give them the proper recognition that they deserve, that little bit of recognition can go a long way.
Keep members informed and keep them involved. That takes a lot of work on the part of a chair, but that'll pay loads in interest of the group and what you are able to accomplish during your year. And be prompt and stay prompt for the finish. You don't want unduly long and boring meetings. You want a lot of activity. You want to move swiftly from subject to subject, and you want to then disperse knowledge back to you. I do remember giving knowledge back to my members in the form of memorandum. I was a big memorandum person back then.
I think future business law section chairs have some challenges. One of the challenges is obviously is that with the technologies that we need to keep up and be current, also with law firms and budgets and things of that nature, and people communicating technology-wise, we still need to encourage people to come to meeting where we shake hands, where we break bread. We have the opportunity to kind of work with each other on study groups and task force in order to really better the atmosphere in Florida for business law and make it better for both, not just the lawyers, but the people we serve, our clients throughout the state of Florida.
I think that's the main thing, is to get your team together, because it's a short time. It's only a year. It goes by quickly. So you really need to think strategically in terms of what the things are that you want to try to accomplish during your year, and be set up and be ready to go, going right into that year when you're the chair, and maybe try to do some of the things when you're chair-elect, so that you really have a little more time to work on those.
I think it's a great honor to be chair of the section, and the real watchword is professionalism. I think the chair can set the tone at the top. I tell people we're a profession as long as we act like one. So everything we do, whether it's CLE or making the state more hospitable to business through our legislation activities, diversity, inclusion, everything is because we're professionals. We have a social contract to help society. So that's what I would say.
Work hard on inclusivity and diversity on the Executive Council. Listen carefully to the needs of the members. And it's important to not be tone deaf to lawyers who are sole practitioners or are coming from smaller firms. Be thoughtful about listening to them. Keep one's eyes open for young talent. The success and vitality of the section turns in large part on grooming talent, on setting the hook early for young lawyers to develop an interest in the substantive areas served by the business law section, and grooming them to participate, to write for articles of interest for the business law section and for the Florida Bar Journal, to participate in continuing legal education events, and to come to and engage in the work of the business law section.
Pick a good place to go for your trip. And Michael Chesel just did a fabulous job. And that trip that we just took to Israel will be one that my wife and I, Linda, will never forget. It really is. I'm not saying that's the most important function of the chair, but that's the most highly visible one. And it would be a high-profile failure if it's a bad choice.
Make it memorable.